Hey there guys, it's Sebastian with Project Slowbuild. Today's going to be a bit of a different video. We're going to be going through a scrapyard looking for some wheels for my Nissan D21. If you see something that you'd like to know more about, just put it in the comments and let me know what you think. Got a lot of old vehicles here. Brigader, look at that, that's crazy. I'm going to try to be as quiet as I can this time, basically because I don't want to make a whole lot of noise. But look at that old car. Locked up like Fort Knox. Crazy. 5-lug wheels. The Nissan has 6-lug wheels. So that's what we're looking for, is 6 lugs with something that might be able to bore out to 100 millimeters. Kind of sketched out with the idea of boring wheels out, but you got to do what you got to do. I think there's an Isuzu here in this yard that's going to give me some luck. But we're going to kind of scour through, take our time, and look for shit. Look at this old truck. Poor thing's door hinges are barely even hanging off. Feeling kind of sketched out by opening it. Who knows? It's an old seat. It was leather at one point. Now it's gone. Oh. Let's see here. I recorded a video a little while ago about this. And I did find the Isuzu on the last video. But whenever you get to see this will probably be like a week later, because at the moment I'm still trying to get permission from the owner of the scrapyard to take videos and post them. Oh, gone. Wang Gang Focus ZT3. Have a Volkswagen 2.0. Just gone. If you see something that, you want me to grab, maybe ship to you, maybe I'll think about it. I don't really have anything in terms of a shipping handle, but for the right price, I'm sure that we could get something figured out. This thing is gone. Not really nothing left of that. Not even the dash. Hey, the door seems fine. Got a neon. Yep. Pom-poms. An old Dakota, 1989. In the last video you'll see that this yard is just littered with Dakotas. But this one's actually got a lot more than the other one. Heck, it's even still got the red carpet in it. I bet you could pull the carpet and still be good on it. Let's see in here. Just a little dirty. Oh my gosh, look at this whole entire red interior. It's a little cracked, but just one crack from what I can see. That's better than not. That's just timeless though. Looks so good. Oh, let's see. What is that, another neon? Yeah. The dash is gone on that one. Oh, we're going a lot slower this time. I'm not really on much of a time crunch. It's actually the Monday after the last video. Look at that. That's an aftermarket bumper for the Subaru that I showed in the last video. That one that's right there. Poor thing. Guess let's get a better video of what the Subaru looked like whenever I was going through it, looking for what I needed. Got that Hoonigan badge on it, you know, for race car activities. You can see the freaking cobwebs in here. Spider's enjoying it. Yep. Think about taking that steering wheel from my Subaru, but we'll see. As proof, them struts are gone. They're on mine. But yeah, nice little place. I like it a lot. I like walking through here, especially on the days that I have to work. Oh, a Nissan Maxima, Altima, one of the two. Here's that Buick that's on the back of this big old truck here. Another Nissan. Dipstick hanging out on it. It's a C50. See if we can get in here. Just overgrown. Can't really get in there. There ain't nothing in there though. What year is it? That's what I want to know actually. Oh. Old. I know that. I love that. Glass is busted in there. That's sad. An Oldsmobile, a Lero, a Cadillac, huh? No, it's crazy. Where I work, I think we even got these wheels on it. I wanted new tires on them a while ago. Now here it is in the scrapyard. CT4, CTV, huh? Anyways, Hyundai, Honda, Ford. I had a friend of mine looking for them grills of that Ford. It's hard finding one that's in good shape. So good luck to her on finding that. Especially in this yard. There's other yards around here. But we got under here. Honda Civic. But let's see, what is this? It is a 1.7. I think that's still a... I don't want to say it's a D16, but maybe. If you know, just tell me in the comments. I know a guy that loves Hondas. He might know if he watches this video. There's a lot of things I skipped over on my last video that I didn't really notice the first time. And then whenever I was rewatching the video, I was like, you know, bet a lot of people wouldn't mind seeing some of that. In my last video, I kind of showed that a little and showed a little bit of this, but this time, let's get a little closer. See, look at that. If I would have got closer, then we would have been able to see the international behind it and stuff. I like this green though. It looks really nice. Poor old girl resting forward with this big old bull bar. I think these are bullnose. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. I don't know much about Fords. It was a manual. keyword was. And the international. Huh, would you look at that? Look at all these. 3 on the, I don't want to say 3 on the tree, but nice. Look at that old radio too. It's crazy. I don't know why people take these speedometers out of these vehicles. Especially the old ones. Lodestar 1600. Old girl. There's probably some stuff buried back there, but I ain't interested in finding out. Get a little bit closer on this Ford 250. Sorry, I almost said F-250. Not much for Fords. Don't know much about them, but I'm sure there's someone that's watching this that would be like, "Oh, that looks nice. Let me get this or that off of it." Let's see. Huh. See, the thing about these old things, I don't know why they couldn't make them where they'd last a little longer. Was it the materials? Was it the bearing clearances that wouldn't make them last? Or what? Let's see if we can get to this top kick. Old and tired. Woody walls. And another thing I wanted to show y'all. This Bronco 2. Don't mind the shakiness again. Like I said in the last video, I'm not much for using anything other than my phone right now. I'm not going through all them thorns to be able to get back here to the driver's side. But got stuff growing out of the glove box. Look at these seats. Oh, the smell in this thing is horrendous though. Five lug wheels. And they don't look half bad. They look pretty decent. I like how they look. Wonder if all 4 are there. Oh, Danger Ranger, Chevy. And then this here, 4-wheel drive. Let's see. It's a Eagle. This was probably a direct competitor with the Subaru Legacy at the time. $136,715 miles. Most of it's still there. The seats don't look bad. I mean, other than the gigantic gaping hole in one of them, but like I said, always make sure you shut your hoods indoors. They are more accepting of that and might let you come back more often if you actually take care of their stuff. Oh. Big old truck from the last video. Big thing. Kind of looked back at the video on the last one, and I was like, you know, maybe I should have went through these tires. But as you can tell, they're dry rot or on the wear bar, bald, or just done for. If they're in here, then most likely they're just not worth it. But who knows? Yep, that one's, even if that was the right size, separating. Add air to that thing while it's on the car and it might just blow up. It might just blow up. So on the last one, oh wow, that's actually insane. I was about to talk about the last video where I found an Isuzu that had the same bolt pattern and the same wheels as this one. I didn't see this one on the last one, but that should be good for me right there. It's a 6 lug. Probably has a 100mm bore. The tires are cooked, so I don't need the tires. But look at that, you can see why they scrapped it. Let's look inside. Not too bad. I mean, too bad, I say. Yeah. Cute little radio. V6. And this one's got all 4 instead of just having 3. And whenever I put it on the car, I don't need the Isuzu caps, honestly. So remember that one. But like I said, we're gonna be more thorough. Kind of walk a little slower. If you want to look at that in the next video, let me know. The people who own this are really nice people. They give you a good price. That's what I was talking about there for a second, actually. Hold up. What I was saying was, the other Isuzu that I found in the last video, they wanted $50 for the rims, I think. Scrap prices must be up, because I think last time it was like 40. But also, it wasn't the official owner that was telling me the price. It was someone that works here. So, like I said, they're all really nice people. National Rifle Association, brother. Damn, that one's locked tight, and I don't want to reach my hand in there and find something I don't want. But, oh man, she got moss on her real bad. Let's see. Shoot, let's just do it. Can you see in there? I can't see you. Okay. I don't want to drop my phone. Wouldn't be able to fish it back out. And if I did, it would be a hell of a long video. Oh, some people, what they'll do is they'll crawl on top of a car looking for other cars, and that's not safe. But you gotta do what you gotta do. That's probably the transmission from this truck. Dodges and the transmission issues. I'm a Dodge. I like Dodges. I wouldn't say I'm a Dodge guy, but that was probably the first car or brand that I was actually pretty fond of. They weren't bad vehicles, or from what I knew whenever I was a kid. I always liked cars. I can see your undercarriage. Okay. Another Oldsmobile. Is that an Aurora? An old Aurora? Or, let's see. I'm probably wrong. Yeah, that's an Aurora. You know, before I wound up with the Buick, or this, gosh, my Stealth, I almost had a 2001 Oldsmobile Aurora with the V8 North Star engine in it. Man, that thing couldn't keep it charged. The alternator was new, the battery was good, just couldn't keep it charged, so it had some real bad problems. But man, I didn't hate it. I wanted to get it driving. Would have been my first V8 vehicle. But whenever I just didn't really have my license at the time, and it wasn't really even in my name either, so yeah, it didn't kind of fall through. I didn't really want it, so that's just kind of what happened there. But thank God I didn't, because I wound up with my first truck being a 93 Dodge Dakota 318. Man, that thing, I loved it to death. And the way how I sold it, I should not have. Oh. Well, I guess I'll talk about it. It was whenever I was, I think, 18 or 19 years old. I was working at Casey's and I needed something just to get back and forth to work. There was this guy selling this 93 Dodge Dakota on the Facebook Marketplace. Love some Marketplace finds. But selling it for $700. Had like 230,000 miles on it. But it had the 318 and it was 4x4. He let me do payment plans for like $200 a month. It was actually really cool because, or I think it was every 2 weeks, but he was really cool about it. I looked at it, I told him I really wanted it because the frame looked solid from what I could tell, and I was like falling in love with it as soon as I seen it. It was white, kind of patina, and it just looked like everything that I could have ever wanted. And so anyways, we met up at Casey's every other week. I gave him $200, and from there I ended up getting it out from underneath him. And I got to drive it home. I drove it back and forth to work for a while, and it was really nice. I really liked it. It was definitely a dream car whenever I got it. But over time, the brakes started going bad. It was losing fluid really bad out of the brake reservoir, and I didn't realize it. I wasn't smart enough to keep an eye on that sort of thing. So eventually she on the way home, the brakes just went all the way to the floor. Kind of sucked, but I was going downhill and there was a guy behind me and then the brakes went all the way to the floor. He was riding my ass there for a second, and I was trying to flash my brakes so that he knew it wasn't working, because obviously I was speeding up, and took another turn into the driveway, threw that bitch in park, and the transmission stopped the vehicle, but not in a healthy way, because I'm pretty sure it ate the transmission up pretty bad. But I started getting new brakes for it. Got a master cylinder, a slave cylinder brake reservoir, and I think I also wound up going with new wheel cylinder. What are they? I don't want to say valves, but the wheel cylinders for the brakes, brake wheel cylinders on the back because it had drums on the back, and I put new calipers on the front, and I mean I did the entire brake system while I was in there because I had some money. I was like, well, I'm gonna put it on 3-inch of a lift, and it was a Fox Racing lift kit. Really liked it. It looked really nice. But then I moved, and I had a mechanic come out there and get it for me. He drove it back, and he was like, yeah, this transmission's not doing so hot. He was really struggling and all this other stuff, so I told him to take it back to his house or whatever, so we could hold it there for a minute. And from there, we ended up pulling the engine and transmission together. Got all that out. I got new motor mounts for it, and with the engine and transmission out, I finally got settled into my new place, and we brought it over there on a tow truck, only to start looking at it more thoroughly with my grandpa. And he said, well, look at this, and I went down underneath there because I had bought a whole entire front end kit for it. I mean, everything. A new pitman arm, new inner and outer tie rods. I mean, you name it. Of the front end, I just had to have it. But whenever I bought it, I didn't take into consideration that I had the 3-inch lift already equipped on it, and the outer tie rods just wasn't reaching the knuckle. So whenever we was trying to get it on, we realized that smiling, you're on camera. So are you. Okay. But we was looking at it, and the frame had a little over of a quarter size rust hole in it. And so we was like, well, let's have the frame inspected. And we had someone come out and look at the frame, and it turns out the frame had been welded up several times before, making it basically unweldable again. without making some serious issues. Whenever we decided that we kind of had to move on because this truck was kind of not worth putting as much money as I've already put into it. There was more of a chance that I would have put more money into it, so I just kind of called it quits on it and sold it. At first I had it listed for like $800. That was just mainly for all the parts that I had in it, and just kept on lowering it and lowballing myself until eventually I posted it for $250. A guy contacted me, I think the only guy that actually contacted me, said, "Would you do 200?" I said, "Sure, as long as you turn it into a project car, whatever, you know, just take care of it." He was like, "Okay, yeah." And so he come out, looked at it, and I was telling him all the things that I'd done to it. I was asking him what he would do to it. He was like, "Oh, I don't know." Didn't really give me a clear answer until he finally went away with it. The engine and transmission was in the bed. The transfer case was in the bed. I mean, everything was taken apart on that thing for $200, you know. Everything was there. You just had to do the work to put it back on. But whenever I got it all, he got it all loaded. About a couple weeks later, I got a hold of him. I was like, "Hey, how's the old Dakota taken up?" He said something like, "Oh, it's in China." I was like, "What the hell? What are you talking about?" Like, I was like, "Well, did you get it imported to China? Do you live there now or something?" Not knowing nothing. But he was like, "No, I scrapped it." I was like, "What? You scrapped that truck? Why?" You know, like, it was a good looking truck and it had a lot of potential. I know it sounds dumb saying it after I sold it because it was rusting, but still ran and drove whenever I had it. But anyways, long story short, sold it for $200, and the guy that I thought was gonna restore it scrapped it. And man, that thing was my baby. I love that truck with everything. That was a vehicle that I probably put the most amount of money into in my entire life. I was living a lot more comfortably at the time. Ooh, Dungus. Oh, look at that. A bed liner. But kind of kept me from really putting money into other vehicles after that. At the time, I still had the Stealth, and that thing was pulled apart as well. But I wanted to put more time into the Stealth than what I wanted to do the truck. I ended up having to put money into the truck because it was my daily. But push came to shove, and I just couldn't keep it up. So, anyways, that's the story of the truck. It's a long story, actually. Sorry about that. But yeah. I walked past the Isuzu that I showed y'all last time. And y'all know about the Cougar. And the other Cougar down there. But let's see this here car a little closer. Pulled all the way apart. Let's see. Hood's already popped. I don't know what she got on this. Other side. 205, 337. Mine has a lot more miles than that. Why is she not shutting? Oh. Like I said, guys, treat your scrap dealers with respect. Shut the doors. Even if they don't shut all the way. I feel like these headlights are in good shape. This is definitely a, what is that? 6G73? No. 4G63, yeah. I don't know where I got 6G73. That's not even an engine code, I don't think. Well, I know it. But, anyways. Let's see. Trying to walk a little slow. kind of got a lot of stuff going on today over here with them. They're loading up all the scrap they made throughout the year, kind of getting it ready to haul off. I think that's where they make the most amount of money. They wait until scrap prices are at their all-time high, and they just send them all off. An old International. Oh, and that's 10. Ford. Let's see this S10. A buddy of mine has a S10 like this. I think his is a 92 or 93. Oh, look at them wheels. I'm definitely gonna have to show him this video. He just recently got into a fender bender with a deer, if you know what I'm saying. Let's try to get that up out of there. Set that with its respective owner. Let's look inside. Slowly. Looks like the front two wheels are intact. They look pretty damn good. Tell me how rare they are if you know. Nice little truck. How many miles? 183,770. I mean, how bad is it really? Well, if the back wheels are gone, let's say that. Too bad them's 5 lugs. I wouldn't mind having them on the Dakota or the oh my god, the D21 15-inch wheels. Man, they look real good. I like these a lot. If you take something off, put it back where you found it. Also. Come back to this Isuzu. Oh. She had, it's a electric odometer. Wouldn't be able to see the miles without hooking up a battery. I almost forgot to go back over these two vehicles. This here is an old Chevrolet with the grill still intact. Well, as intact as it's gonna be. See if we can look inside real quick. Probably not. But I mean, these bedsides, these work beds, I guess you'd call them. Bet that's worth something. Look at how thick that steel is. Old and rusty, but it's still sturdy, I'll bet. Sheesh. I was talking to someone. I guess this has been here for a while. Oh yeah, there she is. Oh, and that thing is just gone. You can't see nothing. It was blue at one point though. Another thing I could go over is this here. An old Ford. Guess if you got an old Ford, don't expect it to last. Oh my god, I say that, but look at how solid that floor looks. Nothing in the dash. No one ever keeps anything in the dash. What is that? Fuel line in the back. Does that go down on into something? Probably. Well guys, this is probably going to be the end of the video. I'm probably going to go ahead and go up there and talk to them about some wheels. The tires on most of them that I want are pretty cooked. Don't know if I'll be able to get them. But wheels are wheels. If they fit, they fit, you know. So, if you like to see this kind of content, just like and subscribe. I'm sure I'll be back more. If you want to look at something that I showed you that I didn't run over with you, feel free to let me know in the comments. Just tell me what you think that you want to see. I'll try my hardest to show it to you. Hope you all have a good day. Be safe on your junkyard adventures, and see you in the next video.